All right, sorry, I ran out of time on that last one. Again, just gonna move this back up here. So that is what it's gonna cost if he doesn't get his security deposit back. Okay. That's how much it's gonna cost if he doesn't get his security deposit back. The other thing you notice is that this person actually went over their allowable usage. So I'm sorry, I ran out of space, so I'm gonna have to put this on a separate piece of paper or just at the bottom over here. You are more than welcome to use another piece of paper. I'm just going to quickly make this so that we can. So I just made that a little bit smaller so that we could continue answering the question. So the allowable usage was 60,000 kilometers, but he actually used 72,492 kilometers. And there's a 10-cent surcharge on each kilometer used. So we're just going to go in. We're going to do step 1, which was we were going to find out how much extra we used, right? So we're going to do that by taking how much he used in total. I'm just going to write in excess km equals how much he used in total. So he used 72,492 minus 60,000 kilometers, which is how much he's allowed to use. And we're just going to plug that into our calculator. So 72,492 minus 60,000. And he used an extra of 12,000. 12,492 extra kilometers. So we're going to go here, do step 2. We're going to do cost is equal to how many extra he used, which was 12,492, multiplied by how much it costs per kilometer, and it says that it was 10 cents per kilometer. So we're going to put that in. So just plug that into your calculator, and you should get 1249.20. So he paid an extra on top of the security deposit, on top of how much he paid for his lease. He paid another extra $1,249.20. So I'm going to add that to the total cost. Add to total cost of the lease. So our total cost was $12,979.20. And then we're going to add the surcharge, right? Plus, so just punch this into your calculator, and you should get 14,228.40. Okay, so I'm just gonna write this in there for the total cost after adding security and surcharge is 14,228.40. If he had kept the car in good condition, if he hadn't gone over his kilometers, he would have only had to pay $12,554, but he ended up paying $4,228, which is like a lot more. So it's important to keep whatever car you have in good shape so that you don't end up paying all the extra costs, because then leasing can get slightly more expensive. Okay, so this is the last question we're going to do together, and hopefully I have enough time on this video to do it. So it says Christopher has decided to purchase his vehicle after the lease ran out. So once he's done, instead of returning it, he's like, I really like this car, I'm going to keep it. The purchase price of the vehicle, and I'm only going to highlight the numbers, and I'm going to highlight them in pink so that we can remember what they are. The purchase price of the vehicle after he gives it back is $72.50. His previous lease payments were $379.15 monthly for 3 years, not including GST, PHT, or in our case, HST. He originally gave a down payment of $3,500, and the total purchase value. What is the total purchase value of the vehicle if you include the cost of leasing and what he's paying in cash for purchasing the vehicle at the end? Okay, so this is a lot of information going on, and it's a lot of information all stacked up into one little blurb. So I'm going to go through it step by step, and we're going to see how we're going to figure this out. This might seem like a lot, but it is a thinking and inquiry type question. So don't worry. We're going to break it down, go step by step, and figure out how to do this. Okay? The first thing you want to know is before you even bother adding anything else in, find out how much the lease cost him in the first place. So step one, find out it's not including GST and PST or HST. So we're going to write this as HST. And HST is always 13% in Ontario. Okay? So we're going to write that in. So we're going to find out cost of monthly payments after tax. Cool? I just zoomed in there for you. Okay, so that's going to be equal to how much he was paying before tax. So it was 37.15 times 1.13. Okay, that's how we find tax in Ontario. So then that means after tax, his monthly payments are going to be roughly 428.44 cents. Okay. And then we're going to do step two, cost of lease is equal to the down payment that you make plus monthly payments times number of months. Since he's buying the car, we don't need to worry about the security deposit. They will give it back and just include it in the price of the cost, or the cost of the vehicle. And we don't need to worry about surcharges because we're buying the car in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so what was my down payment? I'm going to go back and look. It says he gave an original down payment of $3,500, so I'm going to put that in. Okay, my monthly payments after tax were here. They were $428.44. And the number of months that I was leasing this for was 3 years. So I need to change 3 years to months. We know we can do this by doing 3 times 12 when we run compounding interest, so that's 36 months. Okay, so I'm just going to write this in. 36 equals, always do the brackets first, so I'm going to leave the 3,500 alone. I'm going to do what's inside the brackets. I'm going to do 428.44 times 36 on my calculator, and I got 15,423.84, and then I'm going to add that to my down payment. So I added the 3,500, and I got 18,929.84. So that's how much the total cost I'm going to pay over those 3 years for my lease. Okay? Now, I have used this. I have used the 3 years. I have used the down payment. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy the car. So this is how much I paid over the course of 3 years. If I want to know how much I'm paying for the car, I'm going to add this new thing in. So I'm just going to write it down. To find out how much it will cost to buy out the car, use the following formula. So I'm going to write final buyout is equal to cost of lease plus the cost of the purchase price of the vehicle. So I'm just going to add purchase price here. Okay. So the cost of my lease we already found was $18,923.84. And then they tell us the purchase price is $72.50. That's how much we agreed upon. $72.50. Right? And we're just going to add that together. There's no extra cost. You've already been licensed. All of that has already been done. Okay. So it's $26,173.84. So I'm just going to write that in. Therefore, the cost of the vehicle is $26,001,084, which is a pretty good price for a brand new car, if you think about it. Okay, the rest of this is homework questions. Friendly reminder, your test is on Thursday, so we don't have class tomorrow. You have your next test is on Thursday. I will post a detailed review, but just something for you to, because you're here and you're listening already, remember to read over your learning goals and expectations. Remember to go over your homework questions. I really do go through your homework questions and use something similar. And make sure that you are going through our practice questions, going through the steps. Make sure your notes are organized because you are allowed to use your notes. And just watch out for what I post on Edsby. I will post a comprehensive review for you. And last but not least, remember that your last assignment for the entire semester before you're culminating is due on Friday. And this lesson will actually help you do that. So that's all. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm sorry that our Zoom meetings didn't work out today, but this is a great way for you to learn this stuff. And you can pause and rewind whenever you feel like it. Okay? All right. This is part 2 of this video. Make sure you watch part 1.